city Dublin, the town I love so dear. But we're after winning 2 million quid, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old J. Arthur, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Halfpenny Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me.
Yeah, she's back in the clinic again. I just feel there's no end to it.
Oh, poor Toby.
I mean, she started on that damn patio 4 months ago. You'd think we were building a shopping centre.
Oh, poor Toby.
Ooh, what have we here?
Oh, it's just a little something that I did in my art class. It's called, the Tupperware party.
Really, I can't quite see.
No, well, I had to call it something, and blue rectangle with vertical red line just didn't sound that interesting.
Well, you've certainly captured the sort of verticalness of a line.
Yeah. Yes, my teacher thinks I'm very talented.
Well, I've always said it, Pam. Beneath that cool exterior, there's a volcano just waiting to erupt.
Oh, Toby.
I mean, the power of that, it positively sizzles.
Toby.
No, really, now, I'm doing some work for this gallery owner, Gary. I'm sure I could get him round to see some of your stuff.
Gary, a gallery owner. But Toby, I'm not an artist, I'm just an ordinary person.
La Moriarty, an ordinary person. I don't think so. I mean, you've just never had the chance to express the real you.
Well, what do you mean, Toby?
Well, I mean, let's face it, Pam, your life isn't exactly a whirlwind of excitement at present, is it?
What are you talking about? My life is full of excitement. There's the golf lunches, and the tennis lunches, and the bridge lunches, and the residence lunches.
Yes, and did Michelangelo go to resident lunches? Was Van Gogh a member of the golf club?
I suppose not.
Pamela, if you want to be an artiste, you have to take risks. You have to constantly reinvent yourself.
Do you mean like Madonna?
Well, exactly. Well, of course, not doing the book with the pictures and the whips and everything.
Okay. You know, Toby, maybe you're right. Maybe it is time for a change.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Molly, I don't feel right.
Will you relax, Eddie? It's probably that Polynesian flea thing we all had. It takes time to get over it.
Well, how come the rest of us are better and I'm not?
It might have something to do with your trips to McGettigan's every night for some extra medicine.
Oh, there's something wrong, Molly. I can feel it.
Something wrong? What's wrong?
I don't know. I mean, this Polynesian flea, I mean, what do we know about it? Maybe there's lots of different kinds of it. Maybe I've got some tropical disease or something.
We're in Belvedere Downs, Eddie. We're not in the Amazon rainforest.
And my heart's accelerating too. That's not normal.
You've probably got a cold or something.
A cold? A cold? You know, you'll be sorry that you didn't listen to me when I'm dragged into some hospital. I'm in intensive care and I'm on one of them machines that goes beep, beep, beep.
This reminds me of the time when the twins Budgie pecked you and you thought you had rabies.
Oh, what an awful...
I painted it.
Good painting. Pamela, you really are extraordinary. I mean, you can put your hand to anything.
You don't like it, do you?
No, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's just that maybe it's the wrong colour for these walls. You know, it would look lovely in the spare room.
I didn't paint it to fit in with the walls, Anthony.
No, of course you didn't, darling. You painted it
Because I have a desperate need to express myself, Anthony.
Yes.
I mean, I have all this energy bottled up inside me. I need excitement, adventure.
Have you tried Christmas shopping?
I am talking about the way we live, Anthony. I mean, When was the last time that we did something really exciting?
Well, we went to that Japanese restaurant last week.
Yes, yes, and you ordered steak and potatoes.
Yes, but I ordered it Japanese style.
What I mean is, why don't we do something really impulsive?
Darling, please, sit down, will you? Please sit down. There, good girl. Now, please, now, tell me, what is it you want?
What I mean is, why don't we ever just...
Oh, sorry. I mean, it's not Friday night. And, I haven't hardly time for my lunch, you know, I mean...
Anthony, today is special. You don't need to worry about lunch.
Oh, really? Why not?
Because I haven't made you any. Hello, Molly.
Pam.
Hi. I just came into town to see a lecture on Kaprinsky, the Hungarian novelist.
Hungarian novelist.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were into that sort of thing.
Oh, God, yes. I just simply adore the Eastern Europeans. I've been devouring them for years.
That is really
Especially
weird.
Kaprinsky. He is my absolute idol.
That's really weird because there's an article about him and his books in here. Which one did you read?
God, that's funny. Isn't it? I mean, my absolute favourite novel, and I can't remember its name.
Don't worry, they give you a paragraph with the story of each book. What was your one about?
Well, it was about this man,
Yeah?
and he fell in love. And it didn't go very well.
Well, it could be any of these.
Listen, Molly, actually, I came in to buy an outfit, you know?
What, in here?
Please. No. I mean, it's very festive, yes, but it's not exactly moi, is it? No. Now, I was looking for something a little, colder.
Colder.
Oh, yeah.
You mean cooler.
Cooler. I did, I meant cooler.
How are you, Eddie? Oh, how are you, love? Manchester United.
What?
What's wrong with you? You were miles away.
Nothing.
What's that you're reading? The flea. Blood-sucking minion of death. For God's sake, Eddie.
I think I know what I've got. It's called Siberian swamp fever.
What?
Yeah, and it's carried by our friend, the Polynesian flea. Now, it's very rare anybody gets it, but sometimes it happens.
That is the last time you were looking at the X-Files.
Molly, I have all the symptoms. Listen, erratic heartbeat, sudden bouts of fatigue,
What's sudden about that? You've been having them since I met you.
intense cravings for liquid,
Friday night,
headache and nausea.
Saturday morning.
Oh, listen to this bit here. The advent of the final phase of the illness is often indicated by a low humming sound in the ear, or by a temporary loss of hearing. As the illness progresses, the patient will experience fevers, muscle spasms, coma, and finally death. Holy Jesus.
Eddie, if you are really sick, why don't you go to the doctor?
I already did. They took a blood sample.
And?
Well, they won't know until tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. According to this book, the thing's incurable. There's nothing they can do for me.
That's awful. We're gonna miss having you around the house.
Oh, be sarcastic. I'll forgive you.
I'll tell you what, Eddie Q.
What?
If you go on like this, you won't last until tomorrow.
Hello, burglar.
Pamela.
Barreler. All right. I was wondering if I could join you.
Yes, of course. Sit down, sit down.
Thanks so much.
That's some get-up you have on there. You must be heading north, are you?
Do you not think it's cool?
Well, I'm sure it's the height of fashion
Really?
in Finland. Haven't seen you in here much on your own before.
No. Well, actually, I'm out sketching.
Oh.
And I was wondering if I could,
What?
well, if I could sketch you.
Oh, I don't know about that. Do you think you'll be able to capture my smouldering sexuality and my rugged good looks, huh?
Oh, yes. I think so.
I shall fire away then. Oh, thanks very much. I didn't know you were into art and all that.
Oh, hang on. Let me guess. You thought that I was completely boring and predictable.
No, not at all. Just boring.
No, I have many interests, you know. Art, music, Japanese literature.
It's not a fact, yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell us this now. Do you ever paint with oils?
Oils. Oh, God, yes, I love oils. I mean, they're just so textural. So, could you- thanks.
All right. Well, then today's your luckies, eh?
Really? Yes, sir.
Oil paints, top quality stuff. Could let you have them at a fraction of the retail cost.
Well, that's very kind, but I
They were my father's, you see. Sadly, he passed away recently and wouldn't want to sell them to a stranger.
Oh, no, I'm sure.
And you
but I mean-
seem to me now to be a real artist. And I'm sure, in fact, I know he'd want you to have them.
Yes, well, that's very kind.
Wherever he is now. Poor old soldier. Copy good. I'm sorry.
How much would they cost?
Cost? Hardly worth mentioning. Now, let me see.
How you, Eddie? How's it going?
As well as can be expected,
Great.
under the circumstances.
Eddie? Mm-hmm? Do you fancy going down to McGettigan's for the point?
Now, listen, forget about that, Willie, for a minute. There's something important I want to tell you.
What is it, Eddie?
Well, it's just that... Well, I may have to go away for a while.
Okay. Eddie?
Huh?
You coming down for the point?
Oh, for God's sake, Willie, can you not...
Willie? Hiya, Molly. Eddie has to go away for a while, Molly.
What have you been telling him?
I'm doing for that point. Are you coming or what?
No, I'll just stay here and think about some of me favourite memories.
Right. I'll see you, Molly. I'm off.
Goodbye, Willie.
Oh, my God, it's the low humming sound. I'm finished.
Eddie,
It was the fridge, God! Thank you! It was the fridge!
Eddie, Eddie.
What?
It's all in your head. Can't you see? When was the last time you heard of swamp fever in Ireland?
You're right. Of course, you're right. You're right.
And I suppose I've been suppressing it all these years. My artistic side, I mean.
We know.
But now I feel that I've had a chance to reinvent myself.
Like Madonna.
Yes, exactly.
Madonna, she just had a new baby, didn't she?
Yeah, still not married, mind you. If I was your papa, though, I wouldn't start any preaching at her.
Oh, I'd say she'd take the head off, yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of wild and unconventional. A bit like myself. And it's that sense of new possibilities that I've tried to incorporate into my sketching. But listen, hey, enough about me. What do you think of my sketching?
Can I sit in there?
Oh, of course you can, love. Actually, me and Dolores was just leaving.
Yeah. But I haven't showed you
I don't
my
have to
dress
run.
yet.
Look, you can show women our drawings.
Yeah, he loves her, don't you, love? See you later, come on.
So, Willie, who's your favourite painter?
My favourite painter? Peter Mitchell, I'd say.
Really? Mitchell. Did he do the Great Mosque at Agadir?
I don't know, but he done the tower blocks up in Rialto.
I don't think I know that one.
Can I see your drawings?
Oh, yes, yeah, sure, of course. I was trying to work a lot with line, you know, to kind of emphasize the, No, I'm sorry, it's actually this way.
That looks like somebody's got his face pushed up against the window. But it's very good.
Thank you. Right. Well, I think I'll just go and call myself a taxi if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on my stuff. Especially the oil paints. They cost me an absolute bloody fortune. Well, yeah, no, I just got back from McGettigan's, you know. I was down there doing some sketching.
Oh, the life of the artiste. Out there amongst the common people. Carpenters, electricians, body hair removal specialists. Anyway, guess what? I've spoken to Gary, and he's going to come and see your stuff tomorrow.
Really?
Pamela, this could be it. You'll be discovered. Then a solo exhibition, the critics go wild. You're catapulted to international stardom. Suddenly you have it all. Excitement, glamour.
Home, darling.
Yes, or maybe not.
What on earth are you wearing?
Oh, it's my new image, Anthony. Do you like it?
Oh,
Hi.
but isn't it it's a little masculine?
I think you're missing the point, Anthony. These clothes are part of the new Pam. The Pam that paints, that creates.
And is catapulted to international stardom.
And it is our job to encourage her.
Oh, and you're helping her, are you, Toby?
I mean, Anthony, you're hardly going to bring out that side in her, are you? I mean, you're about as artistic as a bucket.
I beg your pardon.
The time that you told me that Botticelli was a type of pasta, I swear, Bob, I thought I was going to die.
I think maybe you are, Toby. Very soon.
Oh, okay, Anthony, I better go. Bye.
Eddie, I can't believe you started back on all this again.
I have to check for loss of hearing. That's how you know it's the beginning and the end.
I'm glad you've come up with a scientific method.
Listen, Molly, I've been thinking, will you be all right in the event of my sudden demise?
Sure, of course I will. I got the twins. Got Bernie and Dolores. I got Willie.
That's right, you've lots of friends.
And Bartler.
Bartler? You won't be saying much of him, will you?
Well, he always said if I was ever in trouble, there'd be a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, it's probably stolen.
Go on now, Bartler's not that bad. He's always been very nice to me.
I don't believe this. The only reason he's very nice is because, you know, because he's after you.
Well, there'll be nothing wrong with that, would there? Well, there won't be. After your sudden demise.
Hi, Toby.
Hi, Pam. This is Gary.
Oh, hi, Gary. Come on in. Hi, this way. Hi. Wow, it's such a pleasure to meet a fellow art lover, isn't it?
No. Most art lovers I meet are pretentious idiots who wouldn't know good art if it bit them in the face.
Right.
This is the one I was telling you about, Gary. It's called the Tupperware Party.
Tell me about the name.
Pardon?
Well, obviously you had good reason for choosing that particular name.
Right, yes. Because, well, Tupperware parties make me feel blue.
And the line?
The line? Well, it's not really a line, no. So much as it's a kind of a division, you know, between the two sides of myself, the kind of artist and the housewife.
I see.
Well, Gary, you know, you have to see Pam's sketches. They're simply divine.
Sure. What happened to him? Looks like somebody pressed his face against the window.
Well, it's a different perspective.
You're telling me? Oh! You've got something here.
Really?
Yeah, it needs work, but it's not as trite as the rest of your stuff. It has a definite honesty.
Which one is it? But I didn't draw that.
What?
Well, somebody else must have drawn it, but the only person it could have been was Willie.
No. Hi, Gary.
Bardler. Do you ever get the feeling that there's more to life than this? Like we should be out there expressing ourselves.
No. Yeah, you're not looking for any oil paints, are you?
Well,
What?
what did the doctor say?
I'm afraid I've bad news for you, Molly.
What?
He says that I'm in brilliant shape. Says I should live till I'm 90. I'm gonna live till I'm 90. I'm gonna learn how to fly. So, Bardler is just gonna have to wait.
So you don't have swamp fever after all. What a surprise.
But he did say that my symptoms were remarkably similar to it, and that I had every reason to be alarmed.
Alarmed. Did he mention completely hysterical?
Now, Molly, don't exaggerate. I mean, in fairness to me, I thought it was remarkably calm.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
It's true, Molly. I mean, I've always been naturally brave. You know that.
Eddie,
What?
I've got something to say to you.
Huh?
Do you remember?
What? Oh, my God, sudden loss of hearing. I have got swamp fever.
Gotcha!
That wasn't funny. That was not funny.
Hello, dear. Nice day at the office.
Fine.
Good. We're having lamb for dinner.
This is a trick, isn't it?
What?
Well, suddenly the picture's gone. You're wearing your normal clothes and we're having lamb for dinner. But in a minute or two you say that we have to pour paint all over ourselves and roll all over the carpet. Well, I've had enough. I mean, all this art business is
It's
just...
over, Anthony.
What?
Oh, I've decided I don't want to spend my life with those dreadful artificial people. Especially the ones that own galleries. I've lost all faith in their judgment.
Oh, darling. This really is a relief. I mean, I'm just not cut out for that spontaneous, living for the moment sort of business, you know. Although I suppose it wasn't all bad. I mean, last night was really quite interesting, wasn't it?
Anthony,
What?
what are you doing?
Well,
Well, stop it. It's not a Friday night.
Dear old inner city Dublin, the town I love so dear. But we're after winning 2 million quid, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old J. Arthur, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Halfpenny Bridge. Now it's Belvedere for me. it's bonjour to find Chablis.